Okay. Awesome. Awesome. You guys, it is June 9th, Tuesday team call update. If you didn't join the Monday night call last night, I'm going to go over a few things that were talked about on there. I have an idea for social media I want to run by you guys. Tasha's going to talk about a few things, and then yeah, we can open it up to whatever, but we'll try to keep this to the point so everybody can get on with their day. Last night, they did a lot of updates. They are saying that joining is about 4 days out. So just know if you have somebody joining, they'll be on a wait list. Their card will not be run um, until officially goes through. When it officially goes through, they'll get their email and their access to the back office. I recently with my new members, they've went straight through and haven't had to wait. So this is now a waiting period. It's approximately 4 days. Forever bottles. They're moving to about July 1st for our forever bottles. Something went, I guess, haywire with the frosting or something. So, anyways, keep doing what you're doing. I bought little jars. Anybody that's local to me, I have extras if you want them, but otherwise, they'll come. It's just a little delay in those. Core flow, there, James talked a little bit about the improvement in core flow. They're increasing the rebiome. They will be removing the MCT oil out of it, which is actually what's making it a little harder to mix. Um, Somebody said, "Oh, I love MCT oil. I love it." And that's great, but you can get MCT oil, he said, anywhere, so you can add it to your shake if you want to, whereas you can't get rebiome anywhere. So they decided to take a trademarked great ingredient and improve it with more of that. And then if you choose to want the MCT oil in it, you can get it at a local health food store, wherever you get yours, and add it to your drink. So that will happen in Q3. Pro ships happen every 28 days. Make sure you go in and update your pro shipping with your card, check your address. If you have, like me and Ashley, our husbands are also a part of it, and I totally forgot I needed to update his. Make sure you update them. I don't get into his account, but he's not going to touch it. So I can make sure you update anybody you have to take care of. Um, I know Shay got her pro ship earlier than mine. Mine processed this morning, it looked like. So that's good. A little bit earlier than they said it would, which I'm happy because I'm going to run out. Comp plan training. James did a comp plan recording so that he could make sure he stayed within compliance because he knew if he went live, he'd probably say something that was not in compliance. And so he did a recording, and that will be shared in Telegram. So just make sure you're attached to the Telegram channels because he'll share that comp plan training there. Um, Back office stuff, make sure you're logging into your back office systematically or daily if you can. They're changing a lot of things, new widgets. I got on today. I was able to see more than I was yesterday regarding like attending the field, seeing where your field's at, who we can help, because we do know this is a team focus. We're helping each other. We want to help each other reach ranks and earn more money. So getting in there and looking at your downline, what you need, what they need, and helping them hit their quick starts and next ranks. That is fun. You can kind of look at that. So you now have downline pro ship insights. Pay portal live tracker will come, a volume watchers coming, and then the 10 the field. Last but not least, unless anybody else on last night has anything, we're going to have a Perga compass added to our dashboard. Perga compass is going to be similar to our biohacking chat GPT. But with this, it will be more geared towards our back office, like your team um, compliance issues, where you'll be able to go in and ask it questions specific to your team, how you can help somebody rank advance, what a compliance issue may be. It had rolled out to golds last night. It will roll out to everybody next Monday. So after our next Monday call, we should see that in our back office if you're golden under. So those are the updates I had from last night. Anybody on last night that I missed anything? Anything you want to add?
It's so funny. I love that you were taking notes last night because I took notes last night too, and it just shows like where our heads are because I wrote down totally different things. So when I go through my section, you're gonna go, okay, we clearly know where Tasha's head was versus where Shalene's. But this is the beauty of teamwork, right? You did great covering the logistics. I love it. There will be a widget training, right? Like with all of the addition of these new widgets, they are going to do a live sort of screen share show and tell to train on those widgets. And James said maybe this week. I mean, he didn't give a date though.
Hmm. Yeah. Anything else I missed? Or you want to add that you got
Yeah.
out of the call?
Yeah.
I'm like a
No,
to the point girl.
when it's my turn and you're ready for me,
Okay.
I'll add my
A
two
few.
cents from the call
Okay.
last night.
Anybody else? Okay. The only other thing I wanted to bring up, I had an idea this last week and I shared the reel over on our Powerhouse team page. So it's sitting to thinking about, we're all experiencing some great testimonials. People want to see our face. A lot of us are connected in different ways, and seeing our faces and what we're getting for results, seeing our favorite product goes a long way. It's like telling that story without giving all the information. So I would like to create a reel. And did everybody watch the reel? If not, I can show parts of it. So we had a marathon here in Cedar Rapids. It was the first marathon we've ever had. And so they created a reel about how excited are you for this marathon. And they took different people and they said who they are, where they're from, and what they were most excited about. I thought it would be fun if you could take a few minutes, it can be 10 seconds, we don't want them long, and jump on, send me a clip it or a snippet of you saying, "Hi, I'm Shalene. I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I am loving my core red. My joints have never felt so awesome. From years of training, I finally have some relief." That's it. Move on. It's just to the point. It's my testimonial. I'm not claiming anything for anybody else. I'm just saying this is who I am. This is what I'm loving. Now, if you haven't been on long enough to feel the difference, you could always say, "This is the product I'm most excited about because this is what my body needs for so and so reason." So it all goes back to who you are, what it's doing for you, or what you're most excited about. And then what I'll do, if everybody could get that to me by Friday, that gives you Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If we have to extend it over the weekend, we can. It's not a big deal. But once I have everybody's, I can put it into a reel together, share it, and then we all can use it for some social media just exposure for our team, for other people watching us, and for the products in general. Okay, any questions on that one? Okay, all right. I think that's all I had. Tasha, if you want to, do you need to screen share anything?
No, no, no,
Okay,
not
okay.
necessary. No, but you know what I'd love to do? just so that when we do that really fun reel and we all have kind of something to share, I'd love it if we'd kind of maybe even in the messenger chat just put, which core four product we are loving the most or thankful for or seeing the biggest results with or whatever. And that way we can make sure we cover all of them because I could stay flexible, right? And if nobody did the blue, I could do the blue. Or if nobody did flow, I could do the flow, right? So maybe we can do that
Okay.
in the messenger chat.
Yeah, and if you want to just drop that in the messenger chat even before you record your video, that way we kind of know who's doing what. That will be super easy. I know a lot of people have said core flow. Core blue, I think, has done more than we think it's
Yeah,
done.
for sure.
Because if you this weekend, my husband hates being live because his brain, he's dyslexic, so his brain doesn't keep up with what he's saying or he doesn't say it right, so he hates being live. He did a live for me over the weekend to talk about how he was feeling on the core four. He does not feel anything in his body, you guys. Like, this guy doesn't know if he's sick, if he's gassy, if he's what he is. And so for me to get him to talk a little bit about what he's experiencing on Core 4 is amazing. And one of the things he had a hard time articulating it, but I knew what he meant is the brain fog. Like, I'm at work and I actually can get crap done. Like, I don't feel like I'm in
Love
this like dreamy state. I'm getting crap done. So Core Blue right there is working for him. He is still farty though. He did say that.
it.
So yeah, if you haven't seen that, you'll have to go back and watch that little reel.
Yeah, I love it.
Jay, did you have something, babe?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you want us to do little snippets on all of them if we have something to say about all of them? That way you can parts and piece whatever together for one reel, and then we can always do additional ones at a later time just to switch things up some.
If you
That's a good
want
idea.
to, I mean, send
Okay.
what you want, and what I'll do is I'll save them to my phone, and then I'll just go probably into Instagram because I have the edits in Instagram and make a reel. And then if we want to switch it up, we can totally switch it up. Because I know in Posh, and I wanted it easy, keep it super simple, Kiss, is we could have done like passing. That's always cute, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, simple is best. So whatever you want to send me, I'll save it and we can mix and match.
Love it.
That's all I have, Missy.
Okay. Um, well, I'll share with you what I wrote down from last night, and it will be incredibly revealing about kind of where my head and my heart are and what I'm thinking and sort of the things I'm pondering to try to help each of you. The very first thing I wrote down was something that Kenley Mendoza said. She was leading the call last night. And as part of her introduction, she said, "This is not for the weak." And of course, that is like her message was, you guys, there are such great things coming. But she was acknowledging this place that we are right now. And the reason I wrote it down is because that's been on my heart too. Like we went through this phase of the founder raise, right? And we were only talking to people and thinking of people and in peaking and inviting people who may have been interested or appropriate for a foundership. And then we got through that. And then we got to go into this really exciting phase where we opened up legacy partners and it felt like there was this surge, right? Like, oh my gosh, everybody that's been waiting that wasn't appropriate for foundership is now can now do legacy partnership. And we're about 4 weeks past that. And it is not lost on me. Okay, we've entered this new phase. Tell me, raise your hands or unmute yourself and tell me, if you're feeling, I don't know, a little angst or something just about being here and knowing. I saw your hand go up, Christina, and I want to just honor because I've been feeling that. Like, I know that I want to bridge this for you, but we're looking at the next 6 months in this phase, right? So, what do we do? What's our job right now, right? And then I wrote down a couple other things from last night, and I think they all fit together. But before I share with you, what some of those other things are, Christina, I want to hear like what are your thoughts right now? And I don't like I don't want to allow this to be negative, but I do want to honor where we're at because you know what? If we honor where we're at, everything is figure outable. We're smart. There's a plan, there's a system, and we can navigate this. But talk to me about kind of how you're feeling.
It's funny that I am on this call right now, today, because my schedule with my W-2 is like packed. And I went, you know what? I'm just gonna take it as my lunch hour. But I had this like brick wall that just ran into, with my leads and the people I'm working with and trying to share the word and like, hey, this is awesome. What we're trying to do, right? We're in beta. And I literally was kicking myself in the butt this morning going, what have I done and invested in? I feel like I'm just on an island by myself. And then here, I hear this word today. So appropriate timing and appropriate message for me. I don't
Good.
know about anybody else, but I was feeling kind of down because, I came in later, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do the founding member find and partner with certain people. So I kind of just felt like I missed the vote. Is that
Okay,
that?
totally fair. And I love that you're being honest and transparent about that. And I want to honor the next thing that I wrote in my notes from last night was something that Bethany Dory, who gave one of the testimonials from last night, said. And again, I really resonated with what she said. But the question she posed is, what happens if I just don't quit? Right? Right? Because that's kind of what you're saying, Christina. Like I hit this brick wall. I'm asking myself, what do I do? And Bethany is asking, but what happens if I just don't quit? So I want to talk about that for a minute. First, I want to acknowledge we have 6 months of being in beta, right? And James says all the time what it means to be in beta. We are literally going from a minimal viable product phase into this next phase of the business where we're able to open the floodgates to customers and anyone who wants to come in. But we're doing the heavy lifting, which is, not for the weak. But what happens if you just don't quit? And then I would follow up with one other question, and that is, it's not really about just not quitting, but really, what is it that I should be doing right now to really make the most of this? I'm going to tell you my personal opinion is I kind of love the throttled rollout. I love the beta phase. And you guys have all heard me say this because at this point in my life, with some of the things that I've gone through professionally, I have absolutely zero tolerance for desperation. Like, I just can't do it. My anxiety is already off the chart with my day job, right? And there's no more space for it. This is the place that I need to be fun. And I apologize if I get just a tiny bit emotional, but you are the people I need right now in my life, in my circle, I mean, I just need you because you're the reason. You bring the reason, you bring the fun, you bring the energy. I mean, we're talking about doing this really amazing, fun reel that benefits all of us. So I love that we're in this zone where there's no desperation or scarcity, but it doesn't let us off the hook, you guys. We need to be able to answer what should we be doing right now during this phase that's beta phase. And I want to hear your input. Every single woman on here is a smart, strong woman. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What should we or could we be doing? So, what should we be doing? What could we be doing? And maybe we are doing it and it's bringing us kind of the consistent movement that we're looking for. Or what could we be doing that we're not doing that man, we should get together, rally as a team, and help each other implement. I'd like to hear your ideas. Anyone have an idea or a suggestion?
I just wanted to share that I feel like in this beta phase, it's important to step back and not have expectations of ourselves per se as to our onboarding of new friends and selling the business. Just because in every other world, you get people attached to the products first. You make a friend first before you start dating them. There's usually a sequence of events for a reason, and because we're flipping the switch on that sequence, we're not at a point where people are going to be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never tried your product, but here's my $600." For the most part, that is uncommon. So it feels a little unnatural other than to people that are very business minded to be recruiting right now, so to speak. So for me, to answer your question, I feel like the number one thing to do right now is to share your personal journey, because
I
that
love
is
that,
something that people can
Ashley.
relate to. Like if you share your journey, then people are going to find little snippets of ways that they can relate to your journey and then start thinking, 6 months over the next 6 months about how your journey could be their journey and could affect them. So,
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I will raise you even I'll even raise you one on that. Have your own experience, right? Like, are you documenting what's happening with the product? Do you think what you see in the first 7 days is the same as what you're going to notice 3 months or 6 months down the road, right? Like, are you following? Are you documenting? As I prep different little pieces of content, I have to do the science call tomorrow. I have to host the science call. And as I'm prepping all these different things, when you understand like how all the systems work together in the body, this is a process. We did not get to this point of chronic inflammation overnight, right? And we're not going to unwind that knot and undo that. I mean, so I love that. Yes, I think you should be sharing your own journey, but I also think you should be having your own experience, right? Like, are you taking your products? Are you taking them the way that they are? It's recommended that you take them. Um, don't expect to get the result if you're not taking them on a regular basis the way that they were intended. So, yes, I love it and I agree. And also, I'm just going to honor too that what came through in your thread is you're right. There's no space right now for desperation, right? The customer part, the product lover part, that comes in 6 months. But again, I guess I'm asking, there are things we can do between here and there that make it so that people are ready, right? They're waiting and they're watching and they're waiting and they want it. Watch, wait, want. What can we do right now in this 6 month? Anybody else have a different idea or suggestion or maybe what you're doing? Shay, I see you're unmuted.
Just keep sharing
Yeah.
for one. Rewatch all of the scientific things that Santiago has done and that you will be doing tomorrow. And not so much for the simple fact of becoming the scientist yourself, so you know all the ins and outs, but more so you can thoroughly understand how the products are affecting you, so you can kind of correlate to your customers when you have customers and even potential individuals who you can sponsor, that you can relate it in a more layman's term to help them understand it very simply.
Yes, I love that. Our goal, your goal does not need to be the science expert. You're not looking to get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD. In the next 6 months so that you can convincingly talk about the science of these. It's not necessary. It's really not necessary. In fact, in many ways it would be a hindrance if you thought that was required because all of a sudden you just created something that's not attainable by other people. But Shay, I want to point out something that you said get on those science calls, right? Like listen to Santiago, but I'm going to up that one notch too, and I'm going to say I'm going to acknowledge that we have a lot of calls, right? There are one, two, three, four, five, six, probably seven different overview options every single week. Do I think you need to be on seven overviews? Absolutely freaking not. But if I was you, I would pick one overview call a week and maybe I would rotate who was doing that overview call so that you start to learn verbiage. It's exactly what you were saying, Shay, about the science, is you start to pick up the words that you can use to explain it, right? Or maybe you just pick up an idea of like, oh my gosh, that made me think about this person. And now, oh my goodness, that person could benefit, right? They would love this. They could definitely benefit. So I'm going to recommend that one of the things you can be doing right now is educating yourself. Yes, on the science, but also from an overview perspective, right? And of course, the Monday night live calls are sort of a hybrid of an overview and updates. And those are awesome calls to be on. Do you need to be on every call every week? No, but challenge yourself to pick one of those and then the science call. I agree. Anybody else? Anything different?
No, but I did add in the chat. I caught this on Telegram and I thought it was really good. I can't find it in the back office, so I downloaded it to my computer. It was starting core four, what you may notice, and it's a document they did up. I think it is a really good one to probably print off and read and kind of correlate it to your experience to what's on this sheet. I know Jerica hasn't been able to get on this call very much, but she had to drop out on Core Green. She's doing a 24-hour bike ride. Her training is very intense right now, and she was getting migraines. Okay, there are things that we could use to, start her slower, do a few different things, but she's in a critical moment right now that she doesn't have time to do that. So we just knocked it out and she's moving forward with three of them. But this combined with your experience being in the personal training field for a long time, people are going to have excuses. And the more ways you can help them think outside the box, how to lay out their pills next to the coffee pot, how to put their nighttime pills by where they wash their face, and make the systems easier are going to help us in the future, I think, be able to help the customers as they come in. So those are kind of things I look at, not only how am I feeling, but how am I going to help other people? What can I help them mix the core flow with so it tastes better and it's enjoyable? Because if it's enjoyable and it's easy, people are going to repeat it. I'm always about duplication, simple and easy. So a lot of times when I'm thinking about how can I help you guys best, how can I help my customers best, it's always what's simple, easy, and duplicatable that is the easiest for me. So that's a lot of times where my brain goes. And again, piggybacking off the calls, yeah, it is overwhelming. And I've gotten to the point that I have to pick few ones to be on too. Science call for sure, and Monday night for sure. If I'm totally bored, I get on the BCCs. But yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Honored.
I agree with you, Shalene. I also think that part of the thing that is not simple about the calls is that there's not a reference place. And I personally need things housed in one spot so that, because to me, it's not duplicatable for me to be like, wait, Shalene, where's the link for that science call? I can't find it. Wasn't able to watch it. And then you get me the link, and then 700 texts later, Colleen or somebody on my team I'm telling them you need to watch this. And then I'm like, I can't find the link. And then I'm searching and texting people and going through Telegram. It's very not duplicatable. And so there needs to be one recording on Core Blue, one recording on Core Red, one record, and then those need to be housed in the back office so that you can tell people exactly where they are, and then you can rewatch them. And it's not you starting back at square one looking for them and wasting so much time. And to be honest, I don't. I start to waste time, I get frustrated, and then I quit and walk away. And so that's not good. Definitely not saying to do that. It doesn't help anything. But if I'm doing that and I really want this, I love the product and I want the business to work, then other people are definitely doing that, or they're not even trying in the first place. So
Yeah, and I think too, Ashley, to honor what you're saying, we have the roadmap, right, that you can download, and it nicely lays out so that everything is there and you know when it is and have the link and all of that. I do foresee that they will find a spot, and this will go in the back office because that was another theme of last night. There's a widget for that. If we need a space for this to live, right? They'll build a little widget, they'll build a little space. And I don't know if any of you have noticed that there is actually a new training center in your back office. Have any of you noticed it? That they have the initial training of the forge, and there are one, two, three, four, five, six videos loaded in there. I can see this as also a potential site where they could upload those science call recordings. But they're really short videos. They're like a couple of them are 2 minutes, a couple of them are 6 minutes, but pretty concise and just bite-size little trainings. So yes, I
Well,
agree.
and the other thing, Ashley, that we can do, because I'm always looking at what I can do or what we can do to help each other. That's the reason I did up those graphics because, you were wanting something to put easy with your graphics that you could say, show your picture of you with your core flow and do a second graphic. What is she talking about? So I did those. We can do more of those, but if you guys want different things in the guide section, like Wednesday night, I know I couldn't make it. Shay did the screenshots. I was able to grab the telegram, put it over in the guide section. So we have the science stuff right there. If we want to create something different, like an onboarding section, so we can have it housed right there, I'm happy to work on anything. I just want to make sure it's used and I'm not wasting my time.
no, I definitely think that that's great because I think that that's what's missing at a whole company level is having things housed in an organized way, which I'm certainly not complaining. I know we're in beta and this is the time that we're going to work all that out and we'll have everything ready to go for January. In the meantime, though, sales would absolutely be up and recruiting would absolutely be up if we had those things easily referenceable. Even like an overview, a recorded overview, a recorded why should I join Paragraph for $600 right now? You know, quick recorded videos that it's not a Zoom that's recorded. You know what I mean? Like when we first brought people in, we did that Zoom and we gave information, and although that's good and sufficient in some ways, it's definitely not the ideal way to get across why should I come into Paragon now. And so I think that could be condensed to a 15-minute at the most video that people would actually watch, that maybe had decent, not, I don't know what the word would be, but decent tech on it, like not just someone talking and saying, well, maybe, like, like it was edited and maybe had some music to it and, was eye-catching. And but I think those key graphics and those key videos to reference are going to be very important for us moving forward at this stage.
Love
I
it.
agree. I agree with that. And you know what I think too is why not just do a learning library? Is in one of our platforms, like you were saying, Ashley, just someplace where we can go and grab it, whether we need, the web artwork or whatever, but at least we have it to where we can go and learn from it and share that with other people. I think exactly the same way, Ashley. That's been my frustration too. Where you're sitting there and you're just going through, you're like, I know Tasha sent me this, and I have to go through a month of conversations to find it. Yeah, I get like you, Ashley. I'm like done. I'm like, all right, forget it. I'll just
Especially when
ask.
you're tight on time.
Yeah,
And yeah,
exactly.
So,
and Shalene,
Shalene, for our next call,
Yes.
can you do, because you're managing the Powerhouse team page,
Yep.
can you go through and do like a high level guided tour of what's there and where to find things?
Yep.
I
Yep.
am gonna apologize. I have another meeting I have to jump to, you guys.
That's all right. We don't
Will
want to keep
you
them long.
wrap that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. See ya.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I can do that. I can walk through kind of I'll do it myself, like on Zoom. I'll screen share. I'll go through the Facebook page, explain the messenger that we have. I know Christina, I send her stuff outside of that, but if you want to send your girls to any of that too, Christina, or need me to link them to any of that, that's fine too. It's just an easy way for us to house it. And I know you haven't seen it, so you can kind of see what we've been doing on that part. I'm happy to do that. And you guys, I welcome anybody. Any of you can be admins and do whatever you want on that page. It's just us helping each other. Okay.
I
Go
appreciate
ahead.
you. I just wanted to say, like, I super appreciate that you see a problem and you figure out how to fix that problem. Like, I see the problem and I'm like, oh, well, the reason why we're not selling right now is this, that, and the other. But I get overwhelmed at the idea of trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And I generally don't have, like, if in my head I think I need 3 hours consecutively to sit down and focus in on something, I don't really have it. And so then it's just out the door and then we just don't have it. And then I think, well, I guess I'll just wait until Para's got it together and and I'll hang tight. But like I really appreciate that you just get in there and get your hands dirty right away and try to figure out how to make it better.
Well, I can't stand not knowing what I'm doing, and there are things I have no control of, and I don't know what I'm doing. So systems and duplication would be my cup of tea, whereas attention to detail, Shay, is not my cup of tea. I can get SHIT done, but you're probably gonna have to say, "Hey, Shalene, can you clean this up or can you change that?" Like I'll get the shit done, but attention to detail is not there. So we all have our faults. So I always tell people do not feel bad telling me I misspelled something, something sounds wacky, I need to change something because I take that in a good way because I don't pay attention to those things. So,
Same
yeah.
if I ever end up doing any graphics myself. If you guys see mistakes, them out. I will gladly fix them because we don't want to be putting out misinformation. And with that, keep me posted if you hear any more in regards to logo,
Yeah.
non-logo, and requirements for disclaimers because I don't want to get started on too much of anything until we know if those are definitely needed or not.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was my
So,
feeling too. Yeah, with like
okay.
graphics, because I've been dying for graphics. So I really appreciate
Mhm.
the things that you made, Shalene.
Yeah, I can work on a Perga Pack one. One of the things Shay wanted me to ask Tracy, and I did send it over, and I'll have to circle back around on it because she said there is one, but then she didn't send me the one. Is Shay was asking for like a partner logo. Is there a different, company logo to partner logo so that we can distinguish between this is home office, this is a partner logo in case we do something wrong? Um, she's supposed to get that to me or look into that. So I will pass that along. I'll circle back around on that one. But I would say like what I did on those graphics is I went to the biohacking chat GPT that they have, and I made sure to ask the specific questions. Like if I'm talking about core blue, what would be 3 to 4 things I could highlight within compliance on a graphic? And it pretty much gave me that information, really simple, copied and pasted it, went over to my image generator on ChatGPT, put that information in, uploaded a picture I had of core blue or core red, and it made that graphic for me. So for Perga packs, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll go to our biohacking one, make sure it's compliance okay, because they're going to give me compliance okay, and then put it into the generator so that it can come up with a better graphic than I could come up with.
Just ask it to put the disclaimer on. And for any that we have that don't have the disclaimer on the graphic, I would highly recommend just to make sure that you're putting it in with all your post text. At least that way you are doing your best to put that disclaimer there that we were not going against compliance in any way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I left that out. It gave it to me. I left it out. Attention to detail. Oh, that's too much words. We're just going to use these words. I did do that. Seriously,
That would
that's
be
what my
funny
brain
because
did. Keep it super simple, stupidly simple. This is all I need. Put it in there. But I can do that.
I love
So,
that Shay wants to follow the rules. I love it.
oh, yeah.
I'm a bent rules. I'm a do what I want to do and then ask for forgiveness later if it turns out it wasn't what I was supposed to do.
I've tried to get Shay to do that a few times. It didn't work very well.
And what it is. And I know with this kind of field, you could easily go a long way really fast to going in the wrong direction. So I'd rather try to nip that in the bud the best we can right from the get-go. That way everybody's on the same page and it's easily duplicatable as we go and as we grow.
For sure.
Are
Well,
you the
I don't.
oldest child in your family?
Of two, yes, I am.
You are so much like my sister, and I'm the middle child, if you can't tell. So
Isn't that funny? Well, I don't
I
want to
have a
keep you guys.
question.
Oh yeah, go, Paula. I wanted to
So
open up.
Ashley, in one of your posts recently, you were talking about samples. And I've got 2 weeks of product because extra because I had to wait to start. And I've just been kind of racking my brain. How would I go about sampling to people? Because I have a couple people like, can I get some samples? Like really interested in that way. But the nature of the products, you kind of like giving somebody like 2 or 3 days isn't going to do anything. It's just going to make them gassy. So,
so
how do we
Well,
do
they
this?
know it's working.
I think the right amount of time is going to be about a week. But because we can't give it to them forever, I don't know what compliance says as far as resale. That's something to think about too, because like I have my meds or my supplements that come in, and then I have my husband. So it's my husband's that I've been sampling out in the company. It was worth it to me to send them each 2 weeks because I wanted their feedback into what they actually felt, especially because they're not a part of the company. So there's no, they're not accidentally persuaded to say that, oh, this is really great, unless it is, because it's not like they sell it. So I gave them each 2 weeks. Obviously, that gets costly. At the same time, we're about to start into being able to have that one like under my daughter's name or something, and I'm going to use those for sampling out to people. So I guess sampling out during the 6 months for me is going to be probably a week at a time. And it will probably be, don't ask me for samples unless you could see yourself spending $600 and being a consultant. Otherwise, wait, and then you can get on my sample list in October, and then you can have it then. That way in January, you can become a customer if you like it.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
that's my thought process so far.
My question is, can we actually like sell them a sample set, like a week's worth and cut the overall cost of what we purchased for the full core four and cut it into quarters and then offer up a week or two
Want to
weeks
know
or
my
whatever. So we're
response
not,
to, want to know my response to that?
So
Just don't market it.
well, no, I'm not marketing it, but
Right?
at the
Just
same
don't
point,
put
you
it
have
on.
to
I
reach
have
out to people, but
samples.
I don't want to go against compliance of any sort that, no, we're not supposed to be doing that and we got other issues.
yeah, so
Because
I
I
was
would
actually
rather get
thinking
things
about
in
that.
people's hands because then they're going to want to potentially join and get beyond that sticker shock of, well, it's $600. I don't want to do that, but I like the idea kind of thing.
So I guess then what might work for you is if if you advertise that you have samples and you're willing to give samples of like 2 or 3 days worth, and then you privately text them and say, I can only give free samples for 2 or 3 days worth, or you can purchase a week's worth for $25 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which is just giving me my cost back. So I wouldn't advertise the purchase part publicly.
Mhm.
I wouldn't ask there being anything wrong with being basically given back the money that you spent to get that product for them. You're just basically pre-ordering it for them. So for them to reimburse you, I don't see anything wrong with that. But the company might not have whatever insurance whatever that they need to have for us to resell. So that's why I wouldn't personally ask for permission. If we find out down the road that they don't want us doing that, I would completely not do that. But I don't see why it would be a problem at all. And I think that's more duplicatable for most people to be able to sell it for $25 or $30 rather than to be out. For those two friends, I was out 100 and I don't know what I got paid on it, but 109-ish dollars. So that's a lot of money to be out for most people. So
I'm excited for the customer account for that reason, because I do have people that are super excited to get in. And that was my question, is like, if I have a customer account and they're on it for 1 month and they're like, I'm loving this, I want to join instead of be a customer, are we allocated another customer account because they came in as a, a legacy partner?
Right.
Because that's exactly how our systems work. You try the product, you fall in love with the product, and you join because you want to tell other people about it. So it seems silly to me that we wouldn't be able to allow people to have trial runs of things ahead of time, but who knows?
It makes more sense to get, it's no different than the other things that we do. You get the product on or in the people, give them the idea of what it is, and then that sells itself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we give them the information, but if they actually get the opportunity to try it, they're more likely to actually engage in it, whether they jump in for the full legacy partner situation or solidify themselves as a customer once it becomes customer facing.
Right.
I wish we could see how many
I
people
meant to
were watching.
say,
Go ahead.
we need to prep that. We need to prep a graphic for that. It needs to like tell them how to take it, a little bit about what each thing does, like very little, when they should take each thing.
Okay, that one I just shared to you is similar to that, Ashley. So let me, not in this chat, but in our group chat, I'll also, the messenger chat, I'll put it in there. I can put it in our team page. Look at that. We may need to simplify it, but that
Okay.
graphic is like that because it talks about like day one, begin your routine. Day 2 through 4 is your adjustment phase. Week 2, your body adapts. So it walks through those and things that you can do to help your customer or help yourself with those. Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you're
think,
meaning?
yeah, well, ish. Yes, ish. I think it should have a link to the website on it so that they could read up on stuff. It should have a link to filling out that paper, that pre
Assessment.
yeah, assessment. And then it should have wake up in the morning, you drink your core flow. We recommend that you mix it in coffee or blah 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 because it tastes like crap. Um, Something along those lines. Core flow is designed to help your gut, da 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 da.
Okay.
And then take your 5 blue spirulina. These are designed to da 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 da. And then also on there, it should say after you've taken your, given instructions on all 4 items, something to the degree of if you like the changes you're starting to feel or see, and you would like to partner with us from now through January or December 30th, you can get legacy partner. You can join as a legacy partner for $5.99.
So you're
This will get
thinking
you your
you're thinking
supplements every month.
so you're thinking something to go with the sample packs,
It's
kind
it
of
would
thing.
be a sample graphic.
Okay.
It's for, yeah, whenever you give out samples, you would give this with it so that it would be copy paste. You've got the instructions, you're good to go, and they can move forward, take it. And then almost, I wouldn't say no follow up needed because always follow up, but they have all the information they need. Then you can follow up and say, what'd you think?
Yeah. It's
Do you
kind of
feel like
the
a
same
week is
as the
enough?
presentation calls.
In general, does everybody feel like a week is enough?
I don't know, Paula. I'll let you know after. So my friends are Shannon and Kate. After they're done taking the 2 weeks, they both started this past, I think Shannon started Sunday and Kate started Monday. So after they're done with the 2 weeks, that's a question I will ask them. Like, when did you, they did both text me on day 1 and said, oh my gosh, I pooped today. And I was like, well, fantastic.
Thanks for sharing.
So, I mean, yeah, like day 1, both of them did happen to have an effect that they were surprised by. I maybe they have bad digestive systems like I do, but I don't know how quickly, the krill oil will help their joints or when
So
they'll, the first.
Lisa's on our team. She's on right now. She just popped on. So Lisa, do you want to give your testimonial? She woke up and she messaged me, and tell them what you told me.
Can you hear me? I don't know if I'm on mute.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm and Dick's Sporting Goods doing a project.
Oh,
I started on the 6th. What is that, Saturday?
Saturday.
And I
Saturday,
texted you
Sunday.
Sunday, didn't I?
Yep, yep,
Yep.
yep.
Sunday morning, because my hips have been killing me. In fact, I went to a pain doctor. I go to a pain doctor on a regular basis, and she and I talked about it. And I don't do any pain meds. We try to find other avenues. And we didn't really find it. She just said take turmeric at night instead of the daytime. So I got up Sunday morning and I'm wandering around the house and I drank my coffee with the powder in it. Excuse me, I don't know all the products just
It's
yet.
fine.
And all of a sudden I went, my hips don't hurt. And I text Shailene immediately. So that was only 2 days.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So
crazy? I
two
think
That's
it's
days.
just
awesome.
different for everybody, especially if you've had that pain for so long and it's been so debilitating that if you at least get relief from it a little bit, you're like, oh my gosh, I can squat. Oh my gosh, I can get up out of bed and it doesn't hurt. That's huge for some people. It doesn't have to be like a huge change, but like Lisa just saying, I said, just wait, you're just starting,
Well,
you
yeah.
know?
And they still don't hurt. So, hey,
Yeah, and you're on your feet a lot.
yes.
Yeah. Well,
So.
thank you for sharing. I didn't know that was your phone on there, but thank you for
Well,
sharing.
I was on there because I was driving, so I was listening. So,
Yeah.
and then I hit it was okay on being recorded, and then I appeared. So now I don't know how to just go back to mute.
Oh, it's okay. I can probably mute you if you want to. Here.
Oh, you don't.
Oh, oh, I muted her. And now she has to unmute.
Oops, there
Oh,
you
there
go.
you
It's
go.
okay. It's okay. I'm listening while I'm working anyway. These
Okay.
people don't care.
All right.
I'm hanging out feature socks. If anybody wants to try a really good sock by features, there. I don't get anything for that. I just thought I'd share.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hey, wait, Shailene, I have a
Yeah.
question. When you
Yeah,
were
babe.
talking about the graphics or something, did you say that you were one about what you could feel like in a week and what you could feel like in 2 weeks?
Yeah, so I just put that in the chat, our messenger chat on Facebook, and it's more like helping you. I sent it to you too, Lisa. It was that
Okay, I'll
one.
look at it.
Yeah, it was the one on starting with your core for what you may notice and ways that you can like take less of this one if you're getting bad experience and slowly go up on it, how that would work. So
Okay, well,
kind of
because I on
helping.
the greens, I'm only doing 3 right now
Oh,
because I
that's
am
okay.
waking up. I'm waking up. Well, I listened to you say we'll start with 2 or something. So I'm just sticking with 3 right now because I do get up with a stomach ache.
Okay, so you can always go back to two and then stay on two and see how you feel with two for a while and then go back up. Your goal is five, but like Josh was telling me, and this, I don't know the science behind this. I'm 130 pounds. He's 215 pounds. We're both taking the same amount of
Oh,
supplements. So to me, it's like, should there be like, and that was one of my questions. It should he be taking more of something than me, or should I be taking less of something than him? But he's farty, so I'm not worrying about it. He's fine.
okay, that helps. I mean, it goes away in a few hours, but as soon as I get up, I have a stomach ache.
Okay. Yeah. And the other thing they said as far as like that goes, eating sometimes in the evening, taking my PMs with my food in the evening has helped me because I was taking them later before I went to bed and I was having kind of a stomach ache. So I take it while I eat. So again, those are things we're learning to help other people. So when January comes and someone's like, I'm having a bad gut ache, you can give some suggestions for
Yeah.
them.
Okay, thank you. Go
Mhm.
ahead and mute me. I'm going. You
Okay.
can watch me
See you,
wander
love.
around the
I gotta
store.
I gotta jump into a
Okay.
meeting.
All right.
I'll see
See you,
y'all later.
Paula. All
Thanks.
right. Bye.
Bye.
I
Shaylee.
actually questioned Shalene. Um, I know that we can do the core green at different intervals of how much. I actually question for those who do have issues to be able to get it in their system still, since it's not 100% mandatory for PM, but should be done PM because that's when you're detoxing anyways. But maybe doing, say, one at lunch, one at dinner, or two at lunch, and then do your other three to help boost that detox at night, but still help your body get all of that in there to detox a little bit throughout the day too. That way you're catching a little bit more as time goes. I don't know, but
That's a good
it was just a
question.
random thought.
I wonder if and I haven't done it yet. Oh, did she go away? Oh no, there you are. Someone went away. Ashley went away. And you moved on my screen. I'm like, where did you go? Um, there's Perga Science for the science calls on Wednesday. There is a link we can send questions to. Have not yet done that, but that was one question I had. So maybe that would be a good question for Santiago too ahead of time so he could address that. So I think that's a great question.
Now, are they doing more of those science calls,
Yeah.
meaning repetitive?
Um, well, the goal is so from what I heard from Tracy is they've gotten good attendance and the attendance
Mhm.
been high and people like them. So they're going to go through the core four and then maybe have some more like that. The biggest issue right now is Santiago has his baby coming, and I
Right.
don't know if it's came or not. So when that happens, there will be somebody different doing the science calls.
Well,
And
I kind of assumed that's why Tasha mentioned she was doing it this week, is just because either he did or she's scheduled.
yeah, yeah. So I think if Tasha does them or Tracy does them, they're both very educated like him and they talk with him on a regular basis. I think we'll get that really good content.
Right.
But yeah, I think the idea is to continue with those. That's like for me, Mondays and Wednesday nights are the two I make sure to have on my schedule. And then if I just know when we have presentations for my new people. Okay.
I completely spaced last night. I remembered at like 8:30, quarter to 9.
It takes a while to get it. I have it written in my calendar.
Oh, mine was written on mine too, but after the kids, it was just my
Yeah,
night was gone.
that's hard for you. All
So
right, guys. Any
I want
other
to share
questions?
something. I
Yeah,
want to
go
share
for it.
something
Yeah.
really quick. Everybody's talking about how they get the gassiness with core four. So, or the core green. So I follow this guy on Instagram and they did this study about how fat leaves our body and how does it leave? We know by going to the bathroom, of course, but there's other ways, like fat turns into CO2.
Oh.
So all this farting that everybody's talking about, we're actually losing fat. It's a study. I went, what? So I'm going to look up that study
You
for
have
you.
to let us know because they always say, like at the gym, I'm sweating out all of my
Yeah.
detox and my fat. And for people that don't like to exercise and sweat, we'll be like, well, just fart more.
That could be a cute little fun graphic just to lighten the mood with stuff too.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to find it.
Farting is have a person farting and have like fat calories coming out
Yeah.
of their butt. That is
I'm
totally the way I like to do things.
I thought it was really fun. I had to share that because everybody's
Thank
talking about the
you.
gassy that they get. And
Um,
I'm like, "Yeah." think, knock on wood, I don't have it, but now I'm kind of sad I don't get it because that means I'm not losing fat. What the
Well,
heck?
but the thing is, that's interesting, Christina, because my husband is really gassy and he has a poor diet, whereas I don't have the poor diet. I don't feel gassy. I feel full sometimes, like I'm just not hungry
Okay.
full. And I don't know if that's the adjustment of like the MCT oil because I'm not used to a lot of fat in my diet
Right.
or the krill oil. But Josh is farty and his diet sucks. He has not a lot of fat, but he has fat to get rid of. So I'll just say those 10-second, he goes, this is TMI. He goes, I'm sitting in work, honey, and I'm in my office and I'm like farting for 10 seconds. How do you fart for 10 seconds? It doesn't stop. And I'm gonna tell him that's your fat cells coming out your butthole.
I'm gonna find it and I'll send it to you. And you can work with that. I
All
just thought it
right.
was really interesting.
That's so cute. Well, thank you for sharing, Christina. Thanks everybody for getting on. I appreciate it. I love seeing everybody and talking. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube. It'll take a while and put it on our team page for anybody. You like Christina, that one I can also send to you if you want to send to your people just the YouTube link too.
Sure. Perfect. Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll work around it till we get it all figured out.
Bye, ladies. Have a
See
great
ya.
week.